For the first time in my life, ngayon ako nakapag-chikahan ng ganito kadelikado talaga. Ito ay isang malaking kasalanan. Naniniwala ka ba rito?
No, not necessarily. I know that it will have a negative effect. Hindi ko responsibility na i-shield sila from my content.
Problema kasi dito sa Pilipinas, ang dami hipokrito eh.
I've never been a religious person. I don't think I ever will be. And I'm not going to change my beliefs just so I can accommodate you and make you comfortable.
Yeah.
Parang yun ba yung tinuturo ng Diyos nyo, ng religion ninyo, na maging masama kayo or maging judgmental kayo sa ibang tao? I don't think so.
Ang dami ko na pong na-interview, pero ito lang po talaga yung grabe, sobra. Bakit ka naging ganyang katapang?
Ayoko sa mga taong hindi nagpapakatotoo sa sarili nila. I see a lot of that, especially in showbiz.
Kung kaya mong mabuhay sa tundo, kaya mo ring mabuhay saan man sa mundo. Morley Alinio. Ito ang Tundo.
Yes! Magandang umaga, tanghali, hapon, kung anumang oras dumarating sa inyo ang vlog na ito. Thank you so much dahil patuloy na tumataas ang ating subscribers. At this time po, ibang-iba naman po ang ating episode. Ito ay tapatan, ito ay katotohanan, ito ay pagsasabi ng mula sa puso. This time po, kausap po natin, makakasama natin ngayon, of course, ang controversial, ang pinag-uusapan, Salome Salve!
Hello po! Hello everybody! Thank you for tuning in to Morley's channel.
And of course, makakasama din natin ang ating kaibigan, mahal din ang ating mga kababayan, particularly ng mga press people. Of course, Emil Sandoval. Kumusta na kayo? Ikaw muna, Salome. Kumusta na?
I'm doing very well. I'm really happy with the projects that I've been getting recently. So always grateful, always happy. I'm having a lot of fun living with Emil. Fairly recent development. Medyo few months pa lang kami po in a relationship and nagli-live-in. So, parang nangangapa pa, pero really grateful. Tsaka ano rin medyo baguhan pa rin ako sa showbiz, I would consider. Kasi it's only been like a year and a half.
1 year and a half? Wow, ang bilis, no?
Ang bilis. Oo nga po.
Kailan lang yan?
Oo nga po.
Parang ang tagal-tagal mo na rin sa showbiz. Ikaw, Emil, kumusta ka na muna?
Okay naman, ngayon, very thankful naman sa Viva. May mga projects sa Viva Max. And yun, nakasama ko rin nga si Salome doon.
Emil, kasi matagal ka rin nawala in showbiz, di ba? Taon din. Dahil nag-start ka ng way back 90s. Ano nangyari?
80s.
I'm sorry, 80s. Saan ka unang napanoon? Saan ka unang nakita?
First movie na ginawa ko with Direk, nakalimutan mo na, pero Dear Mama yun with Janice de Belen. Pinapartner sa akin kasi Janice before, like way.
Okay. Naging love team kayo ni Janice de Belen.
Hindi naman actually love team, pero supposed to be, pero wala, hindi rin natuloy.
Bago natin pag-usapan yung pag-alis mo in showbiz, kung ano ang behind ng kwentong iyon, balikan muna natin si Salome. Salome, napakabata mo.
Yeah.
24 years old lang po si Salome, pero controversial na siya, pinag-uusapan siya, at marami rin po ang nakakapanood sa kanya, of course. Salome, paano nag-start ang iyong showbiz career?
Nag-start po talaga ako as a freelance nude model and an adult content creator. Nag-start po ako sa Twitter, post lang, for fun lang. And then nung dumating yung pandemic, I had all of these followers na naipon over a couple of years na, yun nga, post lang sa Twitter, katuwaan lang. I had an opportunity to monetize the following that I had. Yun, nag-full-time na ako mag-adult content. And then, noong 2023, I think nagsimula ako sa showbiz. Napansin ako the first time kasi meron po akong documentary with Ato Maraulio. Tapos, from that documentary, nakita po ako ni Direk Roman Perez Jr. Tapos, he reached out to me and told me that he was interested in working with me. Dahil affiliated siya sa Viva Max, siya rin yung naging tulay kung bakit nakapasok ako sa Viva Max. Soon after that, nagkaroon na rin ng mga different projects, pati sa GMA, nagkaroon rin po ako ng role sa Black Rider. Talagang sa adult content po talaga yung roots ko.
Sa mga nagtatanong, ipapasok po namin sa inyong puso't isipan, sino nga ba si Salome Salve? Ano nga ba ang pinagmulan niya? Saan siya nanggaling? Ano ang kanyang school background? Ano ang kanyang family background? At syempre, isasabay na rin natin dito si Emil. Ano ang background mo? Saan ka nagtapos? Saan ka nag-aral? Bigyan natin ng kaunting kaalaman para pasukin ang buhay mo ng ating mga viewers and listeners.
Naging interested ako in the world of nude modeling kasi ano yun, mundo ng photography, mundo rin ng mga artists. And yun po talaga kasi yung background ko. Yun yung hilig ko kahit nung bata ko, mahilig ako mag-drawing. Pumasok po ako sa UP College of Fine Arts. Nag-aral po ako ng industrial design. And thankfully, nakatapos po. I was expecting na yun yung path na susundan ko, na maging artist ako, or industrial designer, graphic designer. Pero it didn't work out. Hindi ako nag-flourish sa corporate environment, and I realized that I work much better as a freelancer. And I also like the attention that I was getting as a nude model, and I was getting a lot of opportunities through the nude modeling. So yun yung sinundan ko. Pero yeah, I think na kahit naman yung career ko ngayon, whatever form it is right now, I think rooted pa rin siya in creativity and in art. Yun talaga, I think, yung domain ko kung saan ako pinaka-strong.
Salome, sorry ha. May pinagdadaanan ka ba? Dahil gusto ko ibigay sa'yo itong... dahil naluluha ka.
Ay, hindi pa. Kaya nga maraming makeup artist na nahihirapan ako, make-upan ako, laging naluluha yung mata. Pero ano naman, happy naman ako ngayon. Wala naman ako. I wouldn't say wala. Hindi naman at the forefront of my mind right now yung mga problems ko. So I always try to keep a positive demeanor. So yun.
Iniisip ko kasi hindi kaya nag-away muna kayo ni Emil bago ka pumunta rin.
Never kami nag-aaway niyan.
Yeah. Like every single conflict that we have, nasa-settle namin in a peaceful way. Never kami nag-away.
At kasi parang ang dating ko ay naluluha ka. Tapos parang sinapak mo rin si Emil sa kanang mata. Namumula yung mata niya.
Nasundot basketball.
Hindi. Ano kami? Okay kami.
Okay kayo.
Nag-glitch lang yung mga mata natin.
Pero meron kang parang kalmot.
Ito po. Ano po? Balat po ito.
At saka dito.
Sa cats namin.
May ito na kasi kaming pusa sa bahay. Tapos, yan, manggugulo kasi nila.
Feeling ko nag-away. Namumula ang mata.
Kasi mga kalbot kami. Actually, lagi kaming natatanong about pati ito. Diyos ko, mga...
Ano ito? Sinisi sa pusa?
Yun 3 cats. Mumu, Britney, and Fredo.
Si Fredo, yeah.
Dahil pinag-usapan na din naman natin yung mga galos na yan. Sabi nga ninyo, hindi kayo nag-aaway. No. Kumusta na ang relasyon?
Very good. Very good, yes. Yeah, we get along so well. Nagkakasama kami kasi hindi na ako parang bata na wala na akong ganun eh. So may edad na ako. So well taken care of yan.
Pero live-in kayo.
Yes, I make life easier for her.
I really like living with him, having him around the house. Sobrang helpful, sobrang caring. Nothing but good things to say, honestly.
Pero kumusta tumatakbo yung daily routine sa buhay?
Parang, especially nung December, parang medyo na-challenge kami kasi ang daming mga racket, ang daming projects, so nadi-disrupt talaga yung parang home life namin. Pero ngayon na medyo lean season, ngayong January, February, medyo nagsisettle in na kami into our routine na we go to the gym regularly and together. Tapos, we actually try to do adult streaming when we can. So, that's also part of our routine. We do a lot of things together kasi it turns out we have a lot of things in common, lots of common interests.
Yes, pareho ng pag-iisip namin eh. I mean, malayo yung age gap eh, pero pareho talaga eh. Hindi kami nagkakalayo ng interest.
Yeah, pati yung sense of humor namin, like what I really like about our relationship is tawa lang kami ng tawa all the time.
Parang wala lang. Pero paano nag-start ang relationship niyo? Paano kayo nagkakilala?
First kasi magsasign yata ako sa Viva nun. Tapos nandun siya pa may audition ng
for a casino tapos parang nagtawag sila ng napakaraming
crush ko na siya. Sabi ko, nandito si Salome, wow. Tapos tinanong ko si Sir John dun sa yung RM lang sa Viva. Sabi ko, sabihin mo lang, baka pwede pa picture kay Salome. So yun, tapos dun na nag-start. Picture, tapos sinaya ko siya, nag-Starbucks kami.
Pumayag ka naman agad?
Hindi talaga, lilibre mo ako. Sabi ko, kahit wala na akong pera.
Siyempre, nagpapabango sa siya nun eh. Siyempre, I have to make a good impression.
Saan mo siya nakarasan? Saan mo siya unang nakita? Bakit nagkaroon ka ng ganong feeling agad?
Yung mga podcast na interviews niya. Tapos, tsaka doon din sa channel na...
Nagustuhan mo siya.
Yes. So, kasi same ano rin kami before when I was doing bold movies din eh. Nag-bold din kasi ako after ko yung mga teeny-teeny na movies noon sa Regal. So after nun sa Regal, nag-ano na ako eh. Lumipat ako mag-bold sa Emperor Films noon.
Hanggang saan yung pinakita mong pagbobold noon?
May mga frontal pa nga ako.
Ipakita mo nga rin sa akin ngayon.
Di ba daw, parang hindi pa niya nakikita eh.
Maganda yung live.
Pwede nyo abangan yun. Ilalabas na.
Nung niligawan ka niya, niyaya ka niyang magkape, lumabas, ano ang initial reaction mo?
Parang, like, immediately the attraction was there because he was very good looking. Tapos, parang noong una pa lang, nakita ko na ang dami naming common ground na meron kaming background in adult film. Tapos, parang pinag-uusapan namin yung mga relationships namin, yung preferences namin sa relationships. Noong una pa lang parang nadaanan lang namin yung conversation. Tapos, na-feel ko kagad na, hala, we have a lot of things in common. So, yun, parang I think na dun pa lang, very strong na yung connection na na-feel ko with him.
Usapang maturity ito. Matured po tayo rito. Na kung saan, ang pag-uusapan po natin dito ay yung mga pelikulang may kiliti, may lambing, may halinging.
Yeah, may anghang.
May anghang. Sa mga batang nanonood at nakikinig dyan, habi-habi po. Baka pwede kayong matulog muna.
Oo.
Dahil ang
Hindi para sa inyo to.
Hindi para sa inyo to.
Higit mata muna.
Paano ka napasok dyan sa
I think nung nagtitwitter pa lang ako, doing it for fun lang. Parang dun pa lang na nafe-feel ko na, hala, parang meron ata ako nung lakas na loob that is needed to go and do hardcore pornography. Birang karaniwang babae lang din. Consumer din ako ng ganong klaseng content. I think yung pandemic talaga was really instrumental in that decision. Kasi, syempre, may mga pangangailangan tayo ng pandemic. And I was seeing that kasi I was part of the alter community. And I was seeing that the other alters that I am friends with on Twitter are making the same jump to doing adult content as a living, as a source of income. So yun, I think talaga, it's driven by necessity, but also, kasi exhibitionist ako eh. Part talaga ng kinks ko yun. And there was this opportunity for me to do something that I know I would love and align sa kinks ko, tapos alam ko na pagkakakitaan ko din siya, matutulungan din niya ako. So yun yung mga naging factors sa decision.
Aminado kang exhibitionist ka. Question ko sa'yo, kailan mo nalaman, na-discover na ikaw ay exhibitionist?
Kasi meron akong boyfriend at the time. We were in an open relationship. Even just with him, nai-enjoy ko na nilalandi ko siya. If I want attention, sendan ko siya ng pictures. I'll take pictures of myself and then send it to him. Tapos I really like that process. I really like that we bonded over that. Tapos I stumbled upon Twitter. Tapos nakita ko na merong mga accounts doon na nagpo-post ng mga sarili nilang nudes. They're expressing themselves, gaining followers from it. Naisip ko na baka that would be something that I would enjoy. So I made an account and then I started posting my own pictures. Tapos I really loved the attention that I was getting. It was something that I was very comfortable with. So yun, I think parang dun ko na-confirm na, oo nga, parang part to ng sexuality ko.
Ikaw naman, Emil, ikaw ba ay exhibitionist din? Same with Salome?
That's a good question.
Oo nga, parang hindi ko... Parang ganun din kasi comfortable ako pag nasa harap ng camera na nagubad doon. Something like that, yeah.
Okay ka na nagubad sa harap ng camera, Emil. Sige nga, camera to. Paran! Pero Salome, sa ginagawa niyong yan, particular na ikaw, maraming akusasyon, maraming pambabato, nagkukundina na malaswa itong babaeng to, pangit ang ginagawa nito. Ano ang masasabi mo?
I think everyone is entitled to their own opinion. If yung background mo, pinalaki ng magulang mo is very conservative and they taught you, and maybe you're taught in school to look down upon work like mine, naintindihan ko yun kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao is going to be open-minded about this sort of stuff. I'm not gonna point the finger at them and condemn them for thinking that way about me. Ang hinihiling ko lang is it doesn't take much effort to be kind and to be respectful. You can think however you want about me, pero hindi mo naman kailangan to sit down on your computer and type mean things to me. You don't need to spend the effort on your phone and tell me all of these mean things that you think about me. Hindi mo kailangan gawin yun. You can hold your opinion to yourself and, just sit with it. So, yun lang yung sa akin. Parang ako, wala akong inaapak na tao sa ginagawa ginagawa ko. You can think it's bastos, pero the fact na if you're going to spend the time to bash me or send me mean comments or send me mean messages, meron kayo naapakan by doing that. Ako wala. So, yun lang.
Medyo nakakatakot ang usapan natin ito. Medyo delicate masyado. Oo. For the first time in my life, ngayon ako nakapag-chikahan ng ganito na ganito kadelikado talaga. May tensyon.
Pero I think it's a necessary conversation to have. Kasi hindi lang naman ako yung merong ganitong trabaho, lalo na after ng pandemic na dumami yung mga tao who became part of the sex industry. With that level of exposure, kailangan natin siya samahan with more understanding and always come from a place of kindness and empathy.
Trabaho mo ito, kapag ginagawa na ba ninyo yung pakikipagtali, may enjoyment din ka bang nararamdaman? May init ka rin bang nararamdaman as a woman?
When I do it in private.
Yes?
Yeah, of course. Part yun ko bakit ko sobrang na-enjoy yung trabaho ko and part yun ko bakit hindi ko siya kayang iwanan as of now. Kasi it's something that I enjoy eh. Like even off camera, I really enjoy having I really like getting to know my body better, exploring. Parang very curious ako na tao, very experimental. So, na-enjoy ko talaga siya. And I'm glad na that is something that I enjoy that much, is something that I can also make an income out of.
Sabi ko na-enjoy mo? Sabi ko, na-enjoy ko rin. Okay, sama na tayo.
Oo, sabi mo, di ba sa press con, sinabi mo yan. Oo, tapos niyaya ka niya na, gawa tayo. Naalala mo yung press ko ng Viva Max? Oo. May bubulong lang ako kay Salome kasi hindi ko kayang sabihin ito in front of the camera.
It happened when I was 20. Time kasi na yun, nag-explore pa ako, nangangapa pa ako. Hindi pa ako ganun ka-confident na humarap sa camera and hindi pa ako ganun ka-confident with my skills and my looks. Malayo pa yun, yung point na yun to where I am now.
Pero paano tinanggap ng family mo?
Of course, if you can imagine, syempre hindi maganda yung naging reception nila. Pero kasi, even before the point that I entered the adult industry, hindi na ako on good terms with my family eh. Kasi meron akong mga desisyon na hindi nila sinusuportahan. Even not related to the adult content, just decisions about my career path, my course, hindi nila sinusuportahan. And I already fell out of love with them way before I entered the adult industry. So, syempre, nung hindi naging maganda yung naging response nila, meron ng distance na, okay, sige, kung ganyan yung response nyo sa mga decision ko, this is something that makes me happy, brings fulfillment in my life. At kung hindi nyo yun kayang tanggapin, I don't know. I don't think that I have space for people like that in my life right now. Syempre, open ako to reconciliation. Pero not right now. Mag-focus muna ako sa...
may problema pa kayo ng family?
Yeah. I think I'm comfortable admitting that naman. Meron talaga eh.
Ano yung rason? Bakit may problema?
To be perfectly honest, I grew up in a household where verbal abuse was prevalent. Nung na-realize ko that I have to set boundaries for myself, nung na-realize ko na hindi ko deserve to and I don't have to deal with it if I don't want to. I'm financially capable na bumukod. Ginawa ko. Kasi that relationship that I have with them is not serving me. It's okay with me na to cut ties. Kasi I think naman na everybody will benefit from cutting ties with people who are toxic.
Ang mother mo and ang father mo, buhay pa rin.
Opo.
Saan sila ngayon nakatira?
Basta very far from where I am now.
Yung ginagawa mo bang yan ay para bang galit? May galit kaya ka nagpa-sexy, kaya ka pumasok sa...
Eto, meron pong galit. Definitely, may galit on both ends of that relationship. Pero it did not factor into my decision to enter the adult industry. I entered the adult industry kasi gusto ko, kasi mahal ko yung ginagawa ko. It's something that I enjoy. It's something that I can support myself with. Those are my decisions. I did not do anything. You know, I didn't make this decision just to spite my parents. Hindi ako ganang klaseng tao.
Hindi ba yan na nagre-rebelde ka?
Hindi naman. It just so happens that the path that I chose for myself is something that they don't like. It's something that they don't agree with. Pero hindi ko yun ginagawa para masaktan sila. Naintindihan ko rin naman kung bakit sila nasasaktan. And honestly, hindi ko naman naging intention yun eh. If I had an opportunity to do something else, I would. Pero I did not set out on this path just so I can make my parents angry at me. It just so happens that kung saan ako dinala ng tadhana, hindi nila gusto yung path na pinili ko for myself eh. I got nothing to do about it right now. It's not out of spite. Kahit marami akong galit sa parents ko, kahit ganun yung naging naging past namin, I would never set out to hurt them.
Ilan ba kayo magkakapatid?
2.
So yung kapatid mo, paano ka tinanggap?
I think out of everybody in my family, yung brother ko yung talagang
Who can understand?
yeah, sabi niya sa akin, alam ko masaya ka sa ginagawa mo, and even though personally, para sa kanya, he doesn't agree with it completely, pero nakikita niya na masaya ako, nakikita niya na nagpa-flourish ako. In-accept niya yung pagkatao ko, and I really appreciate that about him. Him and my cousin, who I'm very close with, sila yung talagang nakakaintindi.
Emil, kapag nagsasalita ng ganyan si Salome, ano yung nararamdaman mo?
Wala naman. Everything's like fine with me kasi yun lang talagang mga nangyayari sa buhay na ganyan. Parang sa akin din naman, may mga ganun din ako dati. Mga conflicts sa parents, ganyan. Pero wala na about parents ko. So yeah, as you can see my age.
Pero balita ako noon, ang alam ko may pamilya kang nauna.
Yes.
Kumusta na yung unang family mo?
Sa Amerika, madami rin sila eh. Kaya
Ilan ang anak mo doon at ilan ang naging asawa mo?
kami naging family ko eh.
Marami naging family mo?
May di lang yung first, like I had 1 daughter, then the second I had 1. Panganay.
Ilan yan?
6 sila.
Sa 6 na asawa din.
Yes,
Pero may pinakasalan ka sa kanila.
Meron, Pero it didn't work out. So, kasi sa Amerika, ganun yung buhay. Malungkot. Parang you have to get married. This,
Annulled ka na.
Divorce. I was married 3 times. I was divorced 3 times.
Question ko lang muna. Kailan kayo naging exact date?
We don't remember!
June 10.
Ay, alam! Saang lugar?
Sa BGC.
Yeah, that was our first date. And that was the first time that we really got to spend time with each other. Parang dun pa lang sobrang nag-enjoy na ako. Wala naman kaming ginawang anything extravagant. Nag-Krispy Kreme lang kami. Pero it was time so well spent. I realized that this is somebody that I want to keep spending time.
And I was looking for, kasi 3 years din ako nun eh, na wala akong naging girlfriend. I was just single by then, tapos yun, odd jobs din, dahil walang project pa nun sa showbiz, hanggang yun, nagkaroon na rin. Sinuwerte rin ako nung nakasama.
Balak mo ba siyang pakasalan?
Wala naman sa amin ganun.
Walang kasalan?
Wala.
Hindi ka ba nangangarap na ikasal ka?
Hindi. Hindi ako naniniwala sa institution of marriage. I don't know. I understand if other people really do well in marriages, pero I don't think I can see that for myself.
So, walang ganong pangarap.
Wala. Or napag-usapan na rin namin yun. Wala kaming goals to have kids. Wala kaming goals to get married.
Dami na akong kids eh. So,
Priorities namin ngayon, maybe build the business together, maybe keep working together. Yun yung focus namin ngayon.
For sure, love mo ng husto si Emil.
I love him so much.
I love her so much.
Question ko lang kasi sa mga ganyan movie o mature film ay pakikipag nang walang dahilan. Maliban din sa gustong kumita, gustong ipakita.
I wouldn't say walang dahilan, pero a big part of it is the desire to
Earn money, of course. Pag ikaw ba ginagawa mo yung pakikipag sa isang lalaki, ano yung unang nararamdaman mo, Salome?
Is this for work or in private?
For work first.
Kapag nag-work ako, nag-shoot ako, ang mindset ko talaga is, this is a task that I have to do well. Parang very professional mindset ako na, okay, meron tayong trabaho na gagawin today, gawin natin na maayos. Let's do everything that we can so that we can make this shoot the best that it is. Parang I don't come into a shoot and have with somebody. I'm just thinking na, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, laro-laro lang kami. Hindi ako ganun mag-isip. Iniisip ko na may trabaho tayo, kailangan maka 40 minutes tayo ng footage, kailangan ganito yung camera, kailangan. Ganun ako mag-isip. Very calculated, very methodical. Hindi siya laro sa akin, hindi siya fun.
Sa private?
I love it. Like, I'm a very sexual person, so every time that I get to have sex with somebody new or get to know somebody that way, I really like it. You know, like, it's not kind of lifestyle, it's not for everybody, but it's something that fits my preferences really well.
Nung first mag-collab kayo ni Emil, di ba tapos na yung first collaboration nyo, nagawa nyo na?
Yeah.
Ano lang yun eh, sa phone
parang,
lang.
sa phone lang yun, parang 30-second teaser clips.
Parang teaser clip lang.
Na pinost namin doon sa channel ko, sa adult channel ko, alam nyo na kasan yan. Pero yung work namin na ginagawa namin together, mas streaming eh. So, kasi meron
live siya, live streaming.
Live streaming na adult-oriented.
Yes.
So, mas yun yung ginagawa namin ngayon.
Hindi na sa site.
We shot something really recently with another girl, with another female content creator na Pinay din. Pangalan niya po si Astro Domina. So, meron po kaming collab na 3 kami. Sobrang saya!
Hindi ka ba nakakaramdam ng selos dahil boyfriend mo siya? Tapos makikipag-sex sa iba.
Hindi. Tapos ganun
Ganun din ako eh.
Oo,
Ganun
ganun
din
yun yung
kasi.
feelings niya towards me. Kasi siguro near the beginning of our relationship, nagkaroon ako ng opportunity to collaborate again with another male content creator, si Thor Johnson.
Yes.
Tapos nag-dinner pa kaming tatlo after. Tapos nakilala
Kasi
pa niya
trabaho
yung
lang
guy.
naman.
Oo, naiintindihan niya na trabaho lang.
Trabaho, na-enjoy din, di ba?
Oo,
Di ba? Kasi you have to enjoy in order to make it look good.
Yeah, you have to genuinely
Kasi
enjoy it.
hindi.
Kasi kapag hindi mo na-enjoy, nakikita sa camera na, ay okay, parang ano lang siya, she's going through the motions lang. And I don't want that to be part of my content. So yun, nakilala niya si Thor, and he was very comfortable with it.
Hindi ko alam kung paano ko ibabato tong question na to eh. Kasi yung pakikipag in front of the camera ay sinasabing pagyayaya ng kasalanan. Kumbaga, nag-i-invite kayo ng kasalanan na panoorin kayo, of course, at ang ganitong paraan ng pelikula ay evil, sinasabi ng mas marami. Hindi ito nakakabuti para sa kaisipan ng mga kabataan. Particular na yung mga sumisibol na young adult.
I understand.
Ito ay isang malaking kasalanan. Naniniwala ka ba rito?
No, not necessarily. Meron kasi tayong very, very long history of moralizing sexuality. Even though sexuality is supposedly a very neutral thing, it's something that everybody has. You know, you have your own brand of sexuality. He does, I do. Everybody has their own relationship with their body and their sexuality. So it's supposed to be a neutral thing. Siguro at some point in the history of humankind, we decided that, no, this is something that we should condemn. Even though everybody has the capability to have and develop their own sexuality. So, para sa akin, it's supposed to be neutral. It's supposed to be something that we approach with neutrality na this is something that everybody will experience. And hindi ito inherently masama. Nagkakaroon lang siya ng masamang connotation kasi we live in a society that demonized it. Pero, kung titignan natin siya inside the vacuum, it's supposed to be a neutral thing. It's a bodily function. Pero, I do see the credence, I do see the truth na if my content is viewed by the wrong person, o kaya it's viewed by somebody who is not supposed to see my content, like underage people, I know that it will have a negative effect. Pero sa akin lang, hindi ko responsibility na i-shield sila from my content. Responsibility yun of themselves and of the people who are taking care of them. So, kung nagrereklamo yung mga tao na na-expose yung mga anak nila sa content ko, ang tanong ko, bakit sila na-expose? Bakit alam nila kung paano pumunta sa website kung saan nakikita nila yung content ko? Bakit kapag sinabi kong PH, alam nila kung ano ibig sabihin nun? Para sa akin, kailangan nyo bigyan ng tamang media training or media literacy yung mga anak nyo before you expose them to the internet. Kasi hindi nyo may iwasan that there are also adults on the internet who want to explore their sexuality and express themselves that way. There are adults on the internet who are looking for there are adults on the internet who are making and it's your responsibility to shield your child from that kung hindi pa sila ready na i-process yun.
Emil, sa'yo ba, masasabi mo bang isang malaking kasalanan yung ginagawa ninyong pagpapakita ng in public, particularly may camera?
Hindi naman kasi madami kang pupulutan ng aral dyan.
Kapupulutan ng aral?
Oh, lalo na yung mga may problema sa pakikipagtalik, ganyan. May natututunan din sila ng mga ibang bagay. Problema kasi dito sa Pilipinas, ang dami hipokrito eh. Yan ang problema. Pero I think she well said everything.
Tsaka, hindi namin i-impose yung lifestyle namin sa ibang tao. Kung hindi, if it doesn't resonate with you, you have every right, you have every capability to look away and look at something else. Like, napakahirap ba nun? Hindi namin sinasabi na, "Di, panoorin nyo kami!"
Hindi naman
Wala, we're not holding a gun to anybody's head and asking them to watch our content and
We have our
consume.
own, everyone has his own free will, di ba?
Yeah.
Doon sa mga buzzers, sa mga nag-iisip na kaya ito nagsasalita ng ganito, kaya nito ginagawa yung mga pakikipag o sa mga porn site, sa paggawa ng mga pelikula ng pagniniig ay dahil sa kulang sa dasal. Ano mo ang masasabi mo dyan?
I've never been a religious person. I don't think I ever will be at this point in my life. If being religious and praying to a God that you believe in makes you have hope in your life and having faith and having that community that religion will gives you, if that makes you happy, that makes you more fulfilled, if that adds to the quality of your life, go ahead, do that. Pero ang sa akin lang, huwag nyo i-impose sa akin kasi hindi yan applicable sa akin eh. The people who say that, I think they are not capable of stepping into shoes that are not their own. Na parang, yeah. So parang bakit nyo ini-impose sa akin yan? Hindi naman lahat ng tao ay Kristiyano. Hindi lahat ng tao ay religious. So, there are some people who, yung, kulang ka lang sa dasal. There are some people who are not, that philosophy does not apply to, and I'm one of those people. I'm sorry, you know? And I'm not going to change my beliefs just so I can accommodate you and make you comfortable. You have to accept the fact that there are people who don't share the same religion as you. Pero sa akin, if that makes you happy, if believing in a God, if believing in prayers makes you happy, go ahead. I am so proud of you.
Just respect each other's beliefs.
Kasi hindi ko naman ini-impose na, huwag kayong maniwala sa Diyos kasi hindi ako naniniwala sa Diyos. I never do that, and I don't think that is ethical or moral to do.
May mga madaming religious person na gusto kang, di ba, kung ano mga sinasabi.
Yeah, parang kung yung mga sobrang sasama sa bashing.
Trying to evangelize.
Oo, parang kung sino pa yung pinaka-cruel sa mga salita nila, titignan ko yung profile nila, meron silang Bible quotes sa bio nila. So, parang yun ba yung tinuturo ng Diyos nyo, ng religion ninyo, na maging masama kayo or maging judgmental kayo sa ibang tao? I don't think so.
Pero sa totoo lang, Salome, di ba? Kasi sabi mo kanina, ayaw mo magkaroon ng baby.
No.
So, handa ka na bang maging single forever?
I don't think I'll be single forever. I'm not...
I mean, you don't have baby forever.
Yeah. I don't think that makakabawas yun sa pagkababae ko. I don't think makakabawas yun sa quality of life that I'm going to live in the future. It's something that I've thought about many times already. More than other people think. Okay lang sa akin na tinanggap ko na yun kasi I know na with the lifestyle that I am living now and with the people that I surround myself now, I'm not afraid of being alone. Kasi I know na, sige, kahit wala akong anak, I have my chosen family around me, which are my friends, which is Emil is part of that family. And happy na ako doon. I don't think kailangan ko bigyan yung sarili ko ng requirements para marating yung happiness na.
At napakatapang mong babae. Palaban.
Always tells the truth.
Ito yung babaeng talagang hindi ka susukuan. Maghahalo ang balat sa tinalupan talaga. Ang dami ko na pong na-interview, pero ito lang po talaga yung grabe, sobra. Question ko nga sa'yo, bakit ka naging ganyang katapang?
Based trend sa mga pinagdaanan ko in my life, may mga rough patches. I think everybody has their own rough patches. Pero yung mga pinagdaanan ko kasi ang ilalala eh. So, parang natuto ako maging strong in response to those kinds of trauma that I experienced. And also, natuto ako maging outspoken about my belief kasi ayoko sa mga taong hindi nagpapakatotoo sa sarili nila. I see a lot of that, especially in showbiz. And I don't wanna be part of those people. Naniniwala talaga ako sa saying na you should live your truth. And ako, like, if you ask me questions, I'll always tell you the truth about what I feel. Kasi I feel like that's the best way to live authentically and be your authentic self and share that with other people. Kasi from a professional standpoint, magiging napakagandang part yan ng branding eh. Kasi ang authenticity ang hinahanap sa kahit anong brand. You know, whether it's food, it's a person, whatever. A brand always has to have authenticity. Doon ako naniniwala na ayoko maging plastic na tao.
Ang galing sumagot eh.
Ang galing sumagot.
Everyday, madami ako natututunan.
Oo, ako din marami akong natututunan sa kanya.
Salamat!
Dahil marami akong natutunan, sorry po, nakalimutan kong magtanggal ng salamin. Paano naman kasi itong babaeng ito? Ganito pala itong magsalita.
Kaya kita na yung makeup mo.
Day, oo, day. Pero yung dangli mo, galaw ng galaw dyan.
I know!
Pero ito ngayon ang gusto kong itanong sa'yo. Salome, dahil marami kang mga ideas na kaiba sa mga normal na tao, particularly yung mga hindi gumagawa ng mga ganitong forno. Paano mo haharapin kung sakali man na lahat tayo nawawala sa mundo? Sabi nga nila, tinatanong daw tayo sa itaas kung anong nagawa nating kasalanan. Paano mo sasagutin kapag tinanong ka kung anong nagawa mo sa lupa?
Sabihin ko that I did the best that I can with the hand that I was dealt with. Nahirapan ako to become financially independent and making is the thing that gave me that. That is the job that gave me that financial independence that I was needing in order for me to have a good life for myself. And yun yung sasabihin ko. I did the best with what you gave me. Binigyan mo ako ng struggles, hinarap ko. And ang i-reiterate ko na sa ginawa ko, wala akong inapakang tao. Hindi ako nagnakaw, wala akong sinaktan. I did everything professionally and safely. So, sige, if you're gonna hold all of my other sins against me, tatanggapin ko naman yun eh. Marami akong nagawang mali, marami din akong nasaktan. Pero sa ko, making porn and making something that brought joy and companionship to other people, I would say na wala akong sinaktan. Wala akong ginawang mali just by expressing myself. With everything that life has brought me, I all faced it with acceptance, with gratitude, and with humility. So kung ano yung magiging judgment niya sa akin, ganun din yung gagawin ko. Accept it with grace.
Parang ang kausap ko ay hindi 24 years old. Parang nasisermonan pa po ako dito ng babaeng ito. Ikaw ay nag-iisa in showbiz. Na mula doon sa foreign, na mula doon sa mga pelikulang pang-matured, nandito ka sa showbiz. Nag-iisa ka lang. Yan ba ay blessing sa'yo na may tuturing mo? Or matuturing ba nito na parang advantage para nakilala ka, napag-usapan ka?
I think so. Having that uniqueness in the career that I have, I think happy ako dun sa fact na yun, na ako lang yung nag-iisa. And I think na kung meron mang ibang tao na who decide to walk the same path, I will be very happy for them. Kasi this is a path that had brought me a lot of struggle, brought me a lot of sadness. Pero I don't regret anything that I decided. I don't regret any of my decisions. I am happy to open the door to anyone who is interested and is capable of walking the path that I walk. Sobrang grateful na nakatawid ako and nobody else has been able to do that before. I'm so grateful for that.
I'm so grateful, sabi ni Salome. At nagpapa-thank you rin din sa'yo yung maraming kabataan na biglang nagtangkaran.
You're welcome! Pero sa mga underage people dyan, nako, tumigil kayo, hindi yan tama.
Malaki ba ang bayaran sa paggawa ng
Depende rin eh.
Oh, depende. I think both showbiz and making I think they're both very unstable. So, para sa amin, we have to do both together para ma-maximize namin yung income namin kasi doing just one of those is very, very unstable. Kasi may mga times, kahit sa showbiz may mga times na tuloy-tuloy yung mga projects, ang dami. Tapos biglang wala. Ganun din sa hindi lahat ng times malakas yung kita. What about those times na people are just not interested in your work? Anong gagawin mo, diba? So I think na diversifying and having several sources of income really is the best way. Lalo na sobrang taas ng cost of living dito.
May savings na kayo? May naipon na kayo? May naipundar na ba ko sa kinita nyo sa yan?
Meron doon sa Alcanzar. When we started doing this, uumpisa pa lang din. Pero sa kanya before, meron naman siya. Pero kasi magastos din, so madami siyang kasing, what do you call this? Investment na mga gamit din eh.
Dahil nga sobrang unstable nung napili kong trabaho. Nung pandemic, grabe, ganun talaga. Pero wala na tapos na yung pandemic eh. Kumita ako ng malakas ng pandemic. Tsaka umangat ang Viva Max nung pandemic. Kasi kulong yung mga tao, wala silang other forms of entertainment that they have access to. So parang nag-flourish talaga kami nun. Pero ngayon, hindi na ganun. So medyo struggle bus na tayo ngayon. And we have to adjust. You know, yun nga, aminin ko, naging very unstable siya. Dati akala ko stable. Akala ko dati tuloy-tuloy yung ganun nung pandemic. Pero natapos.
Ulitin mo nga, gumanong-ganon ka. Parang may mali siya. Emil, paano sa'yo?
Wala, ganun lang.
Oo, may mali siya naman talaga. Ewan ko ba? O ano yan?
Pero din.
Ay, mga bata, huwag kayo diyang manood, ha?
Huwag niyo kami tularan, ha? Ayan, nagsabi na ako, huwag niyong tutularan yung ginagawa namin.
Hindi, ako natutunan ko sa mga bata.
Rated X po ako ngayon. Pero may mahihiling ka pa ba? Anong pelikula ang gusto mo? At sino ang artistang gusto mong makasama pa?
Dream ko talaga na mapakita ko sa mga tao na kaya ko kumanta, na marunong at kaya ko maging magaling kumanta. At sana magkaroon ako ng...
Kumakanta.
At sana magkaroon ako ng role, siguro musical, or anything like that, na mapapakita ko yun. Yun talaga yung dream ko. Marami akong gustong projects, marami akong pinapangarap. Pero I think that one is near the top of my list talaga. In terms of sinong gusto makapareha, maraming mahuhusay na artista. Parang since fan ako ni Direk Brillante Mendoza, at recently, finalo back niya ako, kilig na kilig ako. Gusto ko makatrabaho si Miss Mercedes Cabral, sobrang idol ko siya. Tapos, sobrang crush ko rin mula pagkabata, si Sir Ian Veneracion, Bekenaran. So, yun, yung mga alam mo yung mga daydreams ko lang. Ganun.
At sabi ni Salome, at sabi ni Emil, na kanta talaga si Salome, papayag ba naman tayo dito? Nang walang sample. Siyempre, katibayan, resibo.
Yun nga yung mga naging racket nung December.
Yun
sa mga corporate events. Kumanta siya.
Naku, paano ako maniniwala kung walang resibo? Try nga natin. Go, go, go.
Ito, naalala ko lang recently, nakabisado ko pa siya. Feel ko maka-carbon date ako dito. Sana'y masabi sa awit kong ito, lahat ng ninanais nitong puso ko, sana saan man patungo sa buhay. May pag-ibig, may pag-asa, may saya at saysay. Sana sa bawat sandali matikman pa sarap ng pagsasama at simpleng ligaya. Tara na, sakyan lang, malay mo, andyan lang ang hinahanap mo. Yeah!
Parang hindi siya naguhubad. Parang hindi siya gumagawa ng mga pelikulang ang sweet-sweet ng boses, no? Sino mag-aakala, di ba? Pag pinakikinggan mo, parang ang sweet-sweet, parang hindi gumagawa ng mga pelikulang kalaswaan, ano?
Troy. Pang-Broadway.
Sabi ka naman, bigyan niya naman ako ng mga roles, di ba?
Ang saya-saya, ang daming chika. Siyempre pa, dito lang yan sa nag-iisang programa ninyo. Ang inyong vlog na ito na punong-puno ng katotohanan. Pagsasabi ng realidad ng buhay. Ito ang kwento ng bawat tao sa mundo. Ako po si Morley Alinio na nagsasabing kapag nabuhay ka sa Tondo,
Mabubuhay ka sa anong panig ng mundo.
yun na! Yay!